Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Corps studio. Welcome to the show. So, March of the Machine spoiler season is done, and we've seen every single card out of it, but not every version of every card apparently, because the most expensive cards of the set apparently are they weren't revealed exactly. I mean, the versions weren't revealed exactly during spoiler season. And these, they're leaks technically, I guess, because they haven't really been confirmed to my knowledge that they are actually real. But yeah, they seem incredibly real, and some have been actually opened up, I believe, from what I've heard, like on actual like streams, like from other YouTubers out there who've just been streaming, pre-procs that they got from Wizards, and they're like, oh, by the way, this is a card that you might be able to get, and it's incredibly expensive. Because a certain kind of card started coming about, I believe, starting in the Brothers War, and now, this is definitely going to be a thing that just keeps happening, apparently. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Check out this Vorinclex. Oh my goodness. Okay, so different art, new art, and I believe someone, I'll post the Reddit link that had the article, or not the article, the post on these cards, essentially. But I believe it was mentioned that, unfortunately, the art in these versions is not going to be on any other non-serialized version, because that's right, we've got Serialized Praetors, and I can't confirm that, I guess. At least I don't know if that's the correct answer or not, but yeah, Serialized Praetors with brand new art, never before seen art in many cases, and yeah, it looks great. It looks fantastic, and there you go. If you're not, familiar with these serialized versions, well, these are going to be really expensive versions of the exact same card that you could get for a lot cheaper. I mean, not within my budget, but, a lot cheaper. This one, as you can see, is number 62 out of 500. So, in the entire existence of the world and Magic and everything, there will only ever be 500 of these around, because Wizards is not going to be reprinting serialized versions of cards. That's why there's only going to be 500. Hence, the serialized version, to make them more collectible and booster fun and whatever Wizards likes to call gambling. Regardless, yeah, every single one of these Praetors got this treatment apparently, and these are going to be really expensive. On this episode, I'm going to show you all of them. I'm also going to break down the potential cost for these, and let's keep going. So next up, we've got Shieldred. Apparently, this is 421 out of 500, and this one's a little bit grainier of an image, but still, again, Shieldred is going to be an incredibly good card in a lot of formats, including Commander. Actually, I did, a couple of episodes that have highlighted Shieldred, one specifically on Shieldred. Actually, I think I've done one on all the Praetors, actually, from Quick Takes, and then they are also in my, Golden Pig episodes, potentially, if they showed up there. I can't confirm or not confirm, but they're definitely all in the tier ranking episodes, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, as you can see, different art that we haven't seen before. At least I believe we haven't seen this yet. And again, the serialized version means that there's only going to be 500 of these in total. Apparently, someone has already opened up number 421. So if you're going to go try and open these up, there's one less for you to open up, apparently. So the chances get even lower. Next up, Urbrask. Everyone's favorite Urbrask, and my goodness, this art is fantastic. What is going on here? Urbrask apparently has, like, jet engines on its back, apparently. I didn't know that. And its tongue is made of fire and flames and volcano stuff. Cool. But yeah, apparently Urbrask gets a brand new art treatment, and again, serialized. And I'm not sure exactly why this one is XXX. Maybe this was just an example that was shared, essentially. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, Urbrask looking pretty sweet. And if you haven't seen the brand new Urbrask, yeah, make sure you read this one and check out the episode on it, because Urbrask is finally good. Oh my goodness, we've been waiting a really long time for this. And actually, one thing I probably should mention, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself in some ways, and I apologize for that. This is pretty crazy. Things just happening every day now, apparently. But we have not seen, I believe, the backsides of these cards. I do not believe that the images of the backsides have been revealed. I would assume those have new art as well on the Saga side, but we shall see. Next up, jin-gitaxias. Now, this, I believe, is just an example that was made by the Reddit user who put this post together, essentially, because this art was shown off, essentially, and this is apparently going to be the serialized version of it. Again, taking the kind of same template from the other serialized versions, essentially, and yeah, applying it to this one and showing, hey, probably all 5 Praetors are going to be getting this exact same treatment, the exact same, numbering, essentially, out of 500. So, apparently, this is the new jin-gitaxias. Yeah, pretty sweet art right there. Just demolishing what I assume is, I Oh my goodness. What plane is that? Why am I just Kamigawa? I assume it's Kamigawa with all the machinery. Oh my goodness, just throw it off a little bit right there. Okay, and then the final one, of course, Elish Norn. Again, apparently this is just a rendered image. This is apparently the art that's supposed to be for it. And yeah, looks pretty sweet. And again, yeah, I can imagine that Elish Norn will be quite expensive, though we shall see which exactly out of all these is going to be the most expensive. And let's actually talk again about the price of these, because we have seen, again, starting in the Brothers War was when we first started seeing the serialized numbered cards. And yeah, Wizards kind of making, again, yet another kind of layer of collectability, I guess is probably how they would put it. Yeah, that's probably the way they would put it, maybe. Anyways, Worm Coil Engine. So this is the example that they showed off, essentially. Yeah, exactly the exact same. It works the exact same as all the other Worm Coil engines in existence, which have been around for quite some time now. It has the exact same text. It has a different treatment, obviously, with it being in the Brothers War and this kind of like older, antique versions, essentially, with like the kind of like the sketchings of them, which is pretty cool. But again, the first time we ever saw kind of on a card, hey, a serialized number in the bottom left of the actual art of the cards. There you go, number 1 out of 500. Now, when it comes to actual pricing of this, let's take a quick look at Scryfall. And as you can see, there's not a price listed because all the other prices are being pulled, and this one is not because it is so rare that yeah, it doesn't really come up all that often, obviously, since again, there's only 500 of them in existence versus I don't even want to try to calculate the number of Worm Coil engines that are actually out there, and again, how expensive they still are. Again, at least for a budget player like myself. Yeah, the lowest on this list, I believe, is like $12.24. So let's just take that as a baseline and compare it to kind of what we might see out there. So now let's check out one of the prices on TCG Player, and yeah, it is currently listed for, at least this one is $1,998.99 plus 99-cent shipping. So that's what, like $1,999.98. So basically 2 cents off of $2,000. So yeah, going from $12.25 to $2,000. So yeah, that can be quite the increase in price. And yeah, these other serialized versions of these brand new Praetors might go for even more than that. And also, if you haven't seen an episode from a little while back, gosh, I mean, it feels like things are going, crazy lately. We're just like, oh yeah, this happened, this happened, this happened. Oh my gosh, the One Ring serialized version, one of one ring. That's really hard to say. But yeah, that one is going to be a 1 of 1, not a 1 out of 500 like these brand new Praetors. And it might be the most expensive card of all time because, yeah, again, this Worm Coil engine we just talked about was $2,000, and that's 1 out of 500. This is a 1 of 1, so never, to exist ever again or anywhere else. There's only gonna be one of them. Make sure you check that episode out. But yeah, it looks like, again, according to the Worm Coil engine numberings, about 100 times to 200 times the price is what you could be potentially, experiencing from the least expensive version to the serialized version of, again, these 500 Praetors. So that could be some possibilities. So think about that, but also keep in mind, the prices that I'm about to show you, that are being pulled on Moxie, which I believe is being pulled from Scryfall, are actually going to be the pre-sale price of these cards. They might go up or down depending on when the set comes out, which can be the 21st, so it depends on demand. So yeah, let's talk about these brand new Praetors really quick, what their current prices are, and again, what the potential prices might be. So yeah, Urbrask. Yeah, Urbrask actually... Go Urbrask. Yes, again, no offense to your first 2 versions, but they were pretty garbage, and yeah, you're definitely the cheapest one out of all the Praetors in the first 2 by far. In fact, the original Urbrask actually was even recently underneath $1, so I could even use it in decks, which is great. But again, Urbrask, I'm sorry that you were pretty garbage, but now you're awesome because this brand new version is so cool. And it is $26.26 currently. And I believe someone in a previous episode asked what that second number next to it is. That's the foil version, apparently. Okay. And again, these are pre-sale prices. So again, $26 about, $36 for the foil price. These are pre-sale prices. They could go up. They could go down. It depends on demand. I believe the 21st, again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that, is the first day for the actual, printed product, essentially. So yeah. If you, 100 or 200 times this price, I mean, you could go anywhere between, again, like $2,000, $2,500 to like $5,000-6,000 maybe. I don't know. I mean, it could be a ton again for each of these versions. Again, I think, no offense to Worm Coil engine, but there might be kind of more demand out there for these versions for the Praetors because they're just so iconic. I guess Worm Coil engine is incredibly iconic as well, but we shall see kind of where these end up. Next up, Elish Norn. Yep, Elish Norn, usually kind of at the top of the pricing. At least I believe the previous Elish Norn was at the top of the previous pricing. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's Shieldred. But definitely toward the top of all of them, essentially, each time. And yeah, not any different this time. Elish Norn coming in at second place in terms of price, $23.35. The foil version apparently is even more expensive than the Vortex foil at $34.44. So again, who knows where in the world this is going to end up. Again, I think Elish Norn is probably the most iconic out of all the Praetors, and maybe, again, because of that price demands even a higher price tag with those serialized versions. So yeah, we shall see. But again, there's a lot of love for Urbrask too, so we shall see which one of them commands the top spot, and it might not be either of them that commands the top spot. Maybe it's going to be Shieldred. Shieldred coming in at $18.84. Much more budget friendly than the previous two. I mean, a little bit, but yeah, nowhere near my budget. Still, $27 for the foil version, apparently. Again, I like this Shieldred a lot. I think it's going to have a big impact in Commander. I think it's going to do some really cool things. Kind of like a Rise the Dark Realms on the Saga side. So yeah, some really crazy things. But yeah, we shall see where that price ends up as well. Shieldred finishing in the middle of the pack. Then we've got jin-gitaxias coming in, lagging behind just a little bit there, jin-gitaxias. Sorry about that. But yeah, $60.98, still pretty expensive. $28 for the foil. So yeah, these prices, again, are just kind of a potential, indication, again, of the demand for these 5 Praetors and where it might end up with these serialized versions. So we'll have to see kind of, how that bounces out. And the final one, oh, poor Vorinclex. Oh, now Vorinclex is the bad one. It's not bad, but compared to the other ones, yeah, it's definitely outclassed by the other ones in this set. $12.94, the price kind of reflects that as well. $20 for the foil. So yeah, I mean, basically like half the price of some of the higher end ones, like half the price of Urbrask. Yeah, I mean, definitely a very good card still. But if I had to guess kind of which of these serialized versions are going to be the cheapest, I would probably say Vorinclex. I'm hoping Urbrask is the most expensive out of all of them. We shall see. I'm never going to have any of these cards, but I'm rooting for Urbrask to win. So yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are on these in the comments below. Again, I'll try to link that Reddit, post essentially so you can get more information on these. And yeah, best of luck if you are trying to get any of these serialized cards. Yeah, if you end up cracking one, well, I mean, if I did, I would probably sell it and then buy an absurd amount of budget decks. I mean, if you have, if you sell it for, let's say, again, $2 to $5 grand or whatnot, that's like, I don't even want to try to calculate that, how many budget decks are. Probably as many budget decks as you can build in your life. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on these. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.